welcome to the Meadowbank Sports Centre here in Edinburgh. Making his entrance to the ring, the challenger from Coatbridge, Ricky Burns.
Ricky Burns looked mighty cool at yesterday's weigh-in. Now he steps into a cauldron of emotion. It is absolutely electric here in Edinburgh. He's personally sold around 1,000 tickets, and my word, they are making themselves heard here. Ricky Burns says he's a quiet lad, likes to do his talking in the ring. Well, now's the moment to speak. Burns just loving the moment. There's his manager, big Alex Morrison.
And now, please welcome the champion from Edinburgh, amazing Alex Arthur.
The darling of Edinburgh, Alex Arthur. A man who's been likened to the great Ken Buchanan in the past. He's got a great world champion by his side in Wayne McCullough, his new trainer. And is Alex Arthur bearing down on a world title shot? He says all that talk is for the future. Now it's about defending his European, British and Commonwealth titles. And just listen to this atmosphere here. Talking about a world title shot possibly at Easter Road, home of Hibernian for Alex Arthur. Well, the noise here with just 3,000 is stunning. What on earth would it be like there? Arthur, who's won 5 on the spin since losing to Michael Gomez in this very arena in October 2003, now has another huge domestic showdown.
And now to give his own personal rendition of the Flower of Scotland, please welcome from the Baclavey Symphony Orchestra, the wonderful talent of Mr. Davy Haggerty.
Come on, lads, give us a hand here for these two great sportsmen. Oh, Flower of Scotland, when will we see your life again? That fought and died for your great battle and stood against him. But Edward's army and sent him homewards to think again. Those days have passed now, and in the past they must remain. But we can still rise now and be a nation again and stir against him. But Edward's army and sent him homewards to think again. Good luck, lads.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Davy Haggerty. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, Frank Warren's Sports Network, sponsored by the News of the World. Big on boxing, live and exclusive on ITV4 and on the internet with www.frankwarren.tv. Proudly present 12 3-minute rounds of boxing for the British, Commonwealth and European Super Featherweight Championships. The officials have been appointed by the European Boxing Union, the British Boxing Board of Control and the Commonwealth Council. EBU supervisor at ringside Charles Giles, British Boxing Board of Control steward in charge, Derry Trainer. Commonwealth representative Eric Armour, timekeeper at the bell, Ricky Gilmore. The three scoring judges at ringside for this assignment are all from England, namely Dave Paris, Paul Thomas and Mickey Van. Finally, when the action commences, the star referee in charge of the action from Northampton, John Keane. And so, introducing the boxers themselves. Firstly, introducing to you, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the gold colour shorts trimmed with black. At the weigh-in yesterday, he scaled 9 stone, 2 pounds, 10 ounces. He has a perfect, unblemished record, 13 contests, 13 wins. 2 of those wins coming by way of knockout, presenting the undefeated challenger from Coatbridge, Ricky, the Quiet Man, Burns. And opposing him, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the white coloured shorts trimmed with yellow and black. At the weigh-in yesterday, he scaled on the championship limit, 9 stone, 4 pounds. He has a proud and excellent record consisting of 22 contests, 21 wins, 17 of those wins coming by way of knockout with only the 1 defeat. He comes to the ring this evening as the British, Commonwealth and European super featherweight champion from Edinburgh. Amazing, Alex Arthur. Referee, Mr. John Keane, with his final instructions, 12 3-minute rounds.
Right, lads, you've had your instructions in the dressing room. You know what I expect of you. Shake hands and come out boxing.
The pleasantries are over. The battle about to begin. Alex Arthur against Ricky Burns. European, British and Commonwealth titles on the line. Arthur defending his crown, and the atmosphere is quite stunning. Ricky Burns undefeated. How is he going to handle this step up in class? Will Alex Arthur be able to deliver the emphatic win he wants to post his intentions of becoming a potential world champion? Burns likes to fight at range, likes to establish that leading left jab. Arthur has the power in both hands, particularly the left hook.
Well, Arthur is a world-class performer, we know that, and this is his chance to really, cement his authority on this fight and show Burns, if he possibly can, what he's actually made of. It's a massive opportunity for Burns. He's young, he's unbeaten, he's got everything to gain.
He has stepped up to the mark before. He beat Graham Earl, now the British lightweight champion, as a late substitute last year. But Arthur is another class up again from there, I think. They always say about an undefeated fighter, though, you never know until the moment comes. And Alex Arthur, he has tasted defeat against Michael Gomez in October 2003. 5 wins on the spin since then. New confidence and a new trainer. Worked for 4 weeks in Las Vegas with Wayne McCullough, running at altitude in the mountains of Nevada. And Burns, fleet-footed, super fit, trying to provide a mobile target. And there's the first meaningful punch of the fight so far, the overhand right from Arthur.
Well, first blood drawn from Arthur. Nice snappy punches. You'd expect this of the champion. He knows how to work this.
Another good, solid right hand from Arthur. Wayne McCullough said that this fella's got the style to be a superstar in the United States. Well, Burns and all his supporters from Coatbridge, trained by Rob Bannon from the Barn Boxing Club, they of course will believe that it's going to be a different story.
Burns needs to keep his chin tucked down. as he retreats out of these little counter punches that he's throwing. He needs to keep his chin down because Arthur's looking for the right hand over the top.
And there it lands, almost on cue. Showed him the left, the right over the top, and that's the third time that Arthur has thudded that concussive punch into the head of Ricky Burns.
Burns has got a nice style, all right. He's nice and upright, but he's hanging his chin out to dry. It's only a matter of time before the class really starts to tell and Arthur starts to find a target.
Closing seconds of the opening round. And a good, confident start from Arthur. Burns has had his moments with that long left-hand lead, but the authority has come from the champion, Alex Arthur. It was the solid right hand of Alex Arthur which was the damaging punch which gained him a slender advantage in that opening round, but he landed with 3 solid shots like that. Well, Ricky Burns, this heavily tattooed young man from Coatbridge, says he has a tattoo after every fight he has, and a few more besides. And he was planning something to celebrate his victory should he achieve it tonight. Good left
hook. He's hurt with the left hook, he's hurt and Arthur knows it. Walks straight onto the shot, lovely shot.
At the moment, it's looking a little bit like a pea shooter against a cannon. The power lies in the fists of Alex Arthur. And Arthur going looking again, big shots to the body, left shot, left hooks, concussive punches, energy-sapping shots.
Burns has to try and find a way to nullify Arthur's jab because everything's going in behind that and he's scoring well with it. Tees off with the jab, comes back with the right hand and the left hooks.
Arthur just waiting for his moments, waiting for the chance to throw that left hand. Oh, that's Burns' best punch of the fight so far. Good left hook, turned it beautifully into the head of Alex Arthur.
Good scoring shots there from Burns. Nice snappy punches. That's the confidence that he was looking for, just to land, hit the target. Now he can try and build on that.
Good left hand again from Burns. That's twice in this round. He's landed right on the target. And again, good work from the challenger.
Much better round from Burns this far. Landed with the right hands, landed with the counter punches. Boxing very smart.
Well, suddenly you can see the confidence coming into his work. Wayne McCullough said that when he throws that left jab, when he doesn't really fancy it, you can almost sense that he's moving away out of range as he throws it. And that, he says, is not the proper punch. But suddenly, after that success with the left hook, you see Burns beginning to plant his feet a little bit more.
But Burns isn't a big puncher, you know, his record would suggest that. The power lies with the champion. But Burns is doing a good point at the moment in scoring the shots and getting out of the way. Just doing enough at the moment to keep Arthur at bay.
This is Burns' best spell of the round so far. Arthur just patiently trying to cut off the ring, trying to find the opportunity to unload that big shot over the top. That time there was a more tentative look about it, to telegraph that one, and Burns saw it coming and was able to slip the shot.
So Burns is doing a good job on the inside at the moment because when Arthur gets in close, he ties him up, puts his hand behind his head and pulls him down.
Good round for the challenger. Three minutes from Ricky Burns, and he's settled into the fight now, and he managed to clip Alex Arthur with a couple of really classy left hands.
Lovely left hook on the retreat on the counter punch. Good shot, nice scoring shot.
Well, away we go for the third round. Championship distance, of course, scheduled for 12. Alex Arthur, the European, Britain and Commonwealth champion, in the white and yellow shorts on the left-hand side of your picture. Won the opening round, but Burns coming back strongly in the second.
You have to admire Arthur for putting all 3 championships on the line against an unbeaten fighter.
Alex Arthur won the Lonsdale belt outright, beating another Glaswegian, Craig Doherty, last year. Similar sort of fighter in a way to Burns, tall and slender, and in the end it was the body shot from Arthur, and I think the 9th round which finished that one in Arthur's favour. Took him a while to really find his range, but when he did so, he just had too much power for Doherty. And there is a feeling within the game that it could be similar tonight, although Burns will have none of it, and he knows that this is a fantastic opportunity.
The height and the reach will be the first time that Arthur's boxed anybody even close to his similar stature, so that will give him a few problems, but he's got to work these out.
5'10", very, very tall indeed, Ricky Burns, for a man of 9 stone 2 and a bit. Alex Arthur by an inch or so the shorter man, and very tight at the weight as ever. He was right on the 9 stone 4 limit yesterday.
Arthur's doing a better job in this round. He's working head and body with the jab. He's keeping his head moving. He's keeping a lot of lateral movement going from the top half of the body. He's just trying to confuse Burns. Good tactic.
Burns is quick on his feet though, Duke. Not easy to nail. Alex Arthur apologising there for the low shot. It's only marginal, a little word of admonishment from the referee, John Keane.
Arthur's employing the jab really well. Jabs to the head, jabs to the body with it. Burns is moving really well. His lateral movement's quite good.
Oh, that's a good shot from Burns. Good hand speed, and he found the target again. And again, terrific left hook. That's his best punch so far. That caught Arthur right off balance, but Arthur's coming back.
It's a natural shot for Burns to throw in the retreat. The left hook just seems to do it without even thinking about it, and he's landing, getting good success from it.
Burns, one of these fighters who can fight in retreat. Good round, this one.
Hard one to score.
Difficult one to score, and it's got to be close.
If you want to get into the infantry, text soldier to 810.
Alex Arthur says that Ricky Burns' trainer there in the hat, Rob Bannon, has some sort of a grudge against him. Well, he maybe has given that to his fighter because he teed off with 2 terrific left hands in that 3rd round. How are you scoring it, Duke?
I've got Arthur up 2 rounds to 1. Only just. There's nothing in it. It's a good fight, good entertaining fight. The atmosphere is electric. You wouldn't get a better atmosphere if it were for the World Championship itself.
Difficult one to score, really was that 3rd round, and for what it's worth I'd have given it the other way, just through those 2 really good solid left hands from Burns. So it's all on the line here as we go into the 4th round. Arthur said he was going to look for the quick knockout. He said he could finish it as quickly as the 4th, and no sign of that so far. Here he comes now though, trying to cut off the ring, but good footwork from Burns, using the rope, skipping away.
Well, the champion will have to show the challenger more respect than that, because Burns hasn't come to lie down, he's come to win, and he's going to give him all the problems he can ever want with that lateral movement. Burns has to find a way to stamp his authority on this fight. Won't win the fight on the retreat.
That quick moving style, allied to the long jab and those single flashy left hands, gave Burns a terrific amateur record. He won 100 of 106 fights. Oh, caught Arthur in there. Arthur walked into a right hand as he got inside.
Nice snappy counter punching from Burns now. He's really starting to fancy the fight.
That's better from Arthur. Buzz of acclaim from his fans, massed on the far side from where we're commentating.
Arthur showing good patience though. Landed a nice right hand, but still content just to take centre of the ring if he can.
Good right hand, but Burns takes it and comes back, adding interest. There's a smile from Arthur, looks to his corner as much as to say, well, that's no problem. But there's a little bit of a worried look on the face of Wayne McCullough, who shakes his head in that far corner as Burns starts to try to wade in and pile on the pressure.
Well, as I said, Burns had to try and find another way to win this fight, and he's meeting Alex Arthur fire punch for punch.
Burns is fancying this one now, but back comes Arthur. Good solid left hand as the excitement notches up another level.
Well, this fight is the kind of fight that will keep you sitting on the end of your seat. It really will.
Where you sense we're at an absolute key stage here. Who's going to establish dominance? Look at that lovely footwork from Burns and the speed of hand. Back comes Arthur, trying to slow his man with the body attack, but Burns doing well to tie him up.
Nice combination from Burns, lovely.
Reputed not to be a good infighter, Burns, but he landed a good right to the body there, Duke.
He certainly did. He's being busy, he's doing enough for me right now to win this round.
It is really tense, edge of the seat stuff here in Edinburgh at the Meadowbank Arena. Alex Arthur and Ricky Burns, and the fervent support of both sides is going to play its part, and Burns supporters believe that their man, the taller figure with the bleached blonde hair, the challenger, the 22-year-old from Coatbridge, close to Glasgow, that he's made the start to be ahead in this fight. Well, it's certainly very close, but he's gaining with confidence the further we go.
Every punch he throws, his confidence is just starting to go a little bit higher now, Burns. Starting to believe in himself a lot more.
Here comes Arthur. That's where he wants to be, right in the face of Ricky Burns. Oh, good shot.
Well, we know how good Alex Arthur is. We've seen him at his best. What we don't know is how good Burns is, and what he's doing is raising his game, and we're seeing him at his best.
Well, Wayne McCullough said that he was trying to add defence, as we know it, to the skills of Ricky Burns, of Alex Arthur rather, and try and pass on some of the tips of the great Eddie Futch, his former trainer. And now it is the offensive skills of Arthur as he comes right into the face of Burns, which are coming to the fore.
A nice combination from Arthur there on the inside. Jab, uppercut, hook off the same hand, follow that through with the right hand.
Is that going to be the key? Is this fight going to be won at close quarters? At range, you get the impression that Burns is the superior man, using that reach so well, but close in, the power of Arthur starts to tell.
Burns really fancies this shot, but these good punches from the champion. Lovely body shot, lovely hook, lovely right hands.
Yep, the hook to the rib cage. Fractionally, the gloves dropped, and that right hand was straight in there, like a flash.
But these are hurtful punches. Good tactics adopted by the champion. The experience now just starting to tell, but Burns will not be denied.
Alex Arthur, ranked in the top 5 in the world by both the WBC and the WBO. Ricky Burns, well, he's nowhere really on the world rankings, and what a phenomenal opportunity he's got. And Arthur using a bit of an old pro's trick there to bundle his man around as he walks away off the ropes.
Just once or twice Arthur's falling short with his punches. You know, the height and reach of Burns is giving him a little bit of problems, so he needs to punch in bunches, put the punches together, combination punches on the inside.
Better round this one though for Alex Arthur. I had him struggling in the last couple of rounds, but he's come back well with these body shots, and has just started to maybe turn the tide again as he flashes in a succession of punches in the closing seconds of another dramatic round here in what's turning out to be an outstanding fight. Good round that one for Alex Arthur, and has that been a key moment in the fight. There's his wife Debbie, who he married in autumn. Childhood sweethearts, been together since he was 15 years old. Good shot from Burns. Again, fighting well in retreat. So many fighters can't do that.
Well, Burns is a natural counter-puncher, which means he can fight just as well on the retreat as he can on the attack.
Wild looking right over the top from Arthur. Good uppercut inside from Burns, but the better work in close coming from Arthur, who's trying to really bully his man. One around the back of the head from Burns, and John Keane saying, come on lads, just tidy your work up.
Arthur just missed with a lovely left hook there. Timed it near enough to perfection, just missed with it. But watch for that punch again.
Burns said he wouldn't be fazed by this atmosphere nor the occasion. You see fighters who freeze when they get into the glare of the lights for big occasions, and he just hasn't done that at all. Arthur has got all the problems that he needs. But you just sense that Arthur is starting to come on stronger. Assistant in Arthur's corner with the white and yellow gown, one Brian Clements. He's worked with Johnny Tapia and with Vince Phillips. Real high quality corner there. Owen Smith, the cut man, should he be needed. Oh, good exchange.
It's a good exchange. Arthur's coming off the better of the two though. Just the busier, just landing the more telling punches. Arthur's trying to tee up for the right hand, but he's just, as he's teeing off, he's getting counter punched. Good left hook again from Burns.
You take your hat off to this young lad, Duke. 22 years old. If he loses this fight, he's already, for me, shown enough skill and enough speed and commitment to suggest he could certainly come again at the highest level. This is a terrific encounter, and he's not been fazed one little bit.
Absolutely. He's winning the fight at long range. He's doing just nice boxing at long range, he's Burns. But the minute Arthur gets in close, you get the hooks to the body and the uppercuts from the champion. And that's where he likes it.
And that right hand, I think, drew perhaps a little bit of blood from the nose of Ricky Burns. Is there just a smear of blood from that right nostril? And there is. He just dabs at it as much as to see what sort of damage there is. It's not too bad at this stage. Another good right hand from Alex Arthur. One or two people suggested that he was wrong to have left Jim McDonnell and moved to Wayne McCullough, Alex Arthur, but at the moment things are starting to go his way. I think that, for me, is another round there for Alex Arthur. Burns never gone more than 8 rounds before, and now we're going to be coming into the second half of the fight.
Yeah.
And Arthur is looking strong for me. Let's see what's going on in that corner.
Feint the jab there, feint, jab, feint the jab.
Is that still in the bucket, pal?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just
minor.
Yeah. That's why he cut it there.
Yeah. Let's have a look, sir.
It's nice and the shots there.
Okay.
Real quiet composure in that corner. None of the hysteria you sometimes see.
Well, you know, McCullough's a former world champion. He knows how this fight is shaping up, and he knows exactly what to tell his boxer.
Duke McKenzie scoring it by a couple of rounds.
Yeah, well, you know, the champion's just started to stamp his authority on the fight.
Duke got it by 2, I've got it dead level. Well, let's have a look and see what's going on there. I think there's a little bit too much grease. Yeah, too much grease around the left eye of Alex Arthur, and John Keane just asking him to remove that. And now let's get the action underway. What a good fight this is turning out to be. Good right hand from Arthur, and he's starting to unload now. Senses that the power is with him and that the tide has turned.
That was a nice onslaught from the champion. Punches unanswered by Burns as yet. But, you know, obviously the experience lies with Arthur.
First Scottish European champion since Gary Jacobs in 1994 is Alex Arthur. First British and European super featherweight champion since Pat Cowdell back in 1984. Now a good trainer, and Arthur is starting, for my money, to look as though he is sensing that he can break his man up with those body shots, and you could almost see the grimace on the face of Ricky Burns as that one thudded home.
Yeah, Burns just looking a little bit sorry for himself in this round at the moment. He's picking up punishment. He can't seem to stay at the races. He can't keep the pace up. Don't seem to be able to keep the champion off. He was hurt with that left hook.
Good work from Arthur, and he's looking to take this man out. He senses that the body attack is proving to be the key, and he is starting to work his way in here and trying to slowly take the pace out of the legs of Ricky Burns and trying now to look for an end to this fight. Burns is brave, but his work is starting to look ragged and disorganised. And every time now that the punches to the body go in, you see him wince visibly.
Well, the champion really starting to take control now physically. Just looks physically that much stronger now than Burns. Look at the left hook and the uppercut. Beautiful shots. And Burns' hands drop and he's hurt.
Great variety of punches there. 2 hooks and the uppercut from Alex Arthur. And suddenly Ricky Burns wants to try and buy time. He wants to hold on and ride out the storm to the end of the 7th round. But those 40 seconds are going to be an awful long time in there. And here comes Arthur again, trying to get in range to tee off those big hooks, which might yet end this fight in this round. But Burns is digging deep, trying to come back.
But we'll just watch Arthur as he arcs the right hand. He throws the right hand over the top at an angle to chop down on Burns' chin.
This is Arthur's best round of the fight by a long way. He's really bossed the action in there in this 7th round. He's looked strong, committed, accurate, terrific variety in his work, and Burns suddenly is very much on the receiving end. This fight reached its key stage around about the 4th or 5th round, and it was Alex Arthur who found the power and the determination to stamp his mark on the exchanges, and Burns slumps on his corner, on his stool, and he looks a very, very tired young man now.
Looks really sorry for himself. This is what it's all about when you reach a certain level in any young fighter's career. When you step up to the plate, at the moment he's being found wanting.
He's tired very badly at the end there. How do you feel? Are you going to be all right? Are you going to be all right, I ask you? Are you going to be okay?
They're worried, aren't they, quite clearly? Rob Bannon's saying repeatedly, are you okay? Are you okay?
Well, for a young man, as I said before, you know, the expectations were great. You know, he's brought so much support with him. The crowd have really tried to lift him. Up until this point, he's put up a really good fight, but the last couple of rounds, the champion's just been a little bit too persistent.
The 1,000 or so fans who made their way across from Glasgow are trying to raise Ricky Burns, but it's the local hero, Alex Arthur, who now looks as though he's in the ascendant. And starting with another quality right hand over the top.
Arthur senses now that Burns doesn't have too much left. He's punching the ambition out of the young boy. And he's really starting to manhandle him.
Well, will world title opportunities beckon after this, I wonder? Or can Burns somehow find something to turn this one around? Can he get back on his bike and use that jab which he threw to such good effect in the early stages? He's trying, my word, is he trying? And making Alex Arthur look a little bit uncomfortable as he stumbles across the ring.
Well, Arthur knows he's got his man right at the moment where he wants him. This is what you call a last-ditch effort from Burns. He needs to try and get himself back into the fight, so he's giving it a really good go.
What guts from Ricky Burns. Well, 2 landing simultaneously, and good power from Arthur. And that's a stumble more than anything else, I think.
Unfortunately for Burns, because his arms are so long, he's not good at the in-fighting. He can't keep the champion off from the inside boxing. So he has to try and keep it long. But he walked onto a right hand now, and now he's hurt again. It's Burns who wants to hold on. He's been hit, he's been hurt, but still he won't quit. He's still trying to force the fight.
What guts, what courage from Ricky Burns. There's a look of desperation about him now.
Yeah, the body shots are hurting him. The body shots are just starting to sap his strength.
He's absorbed some real power shots from Alex Arthur. Are those world title opportunities going to come beckoning? Marco Antonio Barrera is the WBC and IBF Super Featherweight champion, but he's talking about taking a lightweight title fight before too long. Arthur reining in the punches illegally, according to the referee. So, as I was saying, if Barrera were to vacate, that could leave a vacant title, and it might be that Alex Arthur will go for it sometime in the summer. We will see. But Burns still has ideas of his own.
It's all Arthur in this round, though. Too persistent, too busy.
Good round for Alex Arthur. He's easing away. He's won maybe the last 3 or 4 rounds now. And it is all going the way of the champion. Almost whispered words of advice from Wayne McCullough. There's Burns in the other corner. Still pretty much unmarked. The damage has been done, I think, to the body.
You can't fucking fake him back. You can't fake him back. Look at me! You can't fake him back.
I think the general message there, Duke, in that Burns corner was you can't fight his fights. You've got to get on your bike. You've got to fight at range. Don't get dragged into it.
That's good advice, and it's about right. But Arthur's not allowing him to fight this fight at range. He's closing him down at every opportunity. Okay, he's getting a little bit banged up in the process, but he's being more effective.
It was in the 9th round that Alex Arthur beat Craig Doherty to win the Commonwealth title, to add to his British crown last year, subsequently taking the European title. We are now into the 9th of the 12 championship rounds, and Arthur is going looking for Burns again with those body shots, just as he did with Craig Doherty.
Well, the physical maturity obviously lies with the champion, and that's what's starting to come through in my eyes in this fight. Right now he's bossing, it's the man against the boy. It really is, not only physically but also mentally.
Alex Arthur in his 23rd professional fight, 27 years old, and for a fighter of his sort of size, you'd suspect that he should be nearing his prime now. You judge for yourself. Is he an improving fighter? Is this a man who could win a world title? Ricky Burns knows only too well now just how hard he can hit. That's better from Burns.
Well, you know, life at the top's really hard, but it's even harder when you're at the bottom. So Burns has got to really try and dig in now, find a way if he possibly can to stop Alex Arthur from charging in.
Right hand over the top landed from Arthur, and then after that wild swing he punished him with a little short cuffing left to the side of the head. All the power shots are coming from Arthur, and he looked across to our commentary position and winked as they were in that clinch. He knows that he's in control, and moments here just for the binding of the right hand glove to be adjusted in that corner. Will give Ricky Burns precious moments to regroup. His manager, big Alex Morrison's in the corner as well. That £5,000 bet not looking quite so good at this moment as it did earlier in the fight. Burns, of course, very much into unknown territory now. He's never gone past 8 rounds in his professional career, and now he's in the 9th. Arthur knows all about going the championship distance. He had to do it against Boris Samitsyn, but that's a terrific right hand from Burns, showing that he's got something left to offer. Good right hand, Duke.
Was a good right hand, but Arthur just looked at him as if to say, oh, I couldn't believe that he walked onto a sucker punch.
Burns is terrifically fit, though. You've got it by a wider margin than I have, Duke. I've only got it by a couple of rounds to Arthur, so if Burns were to have a really big closing last few rounds, you never know, but Arthur still looks as though he has the greater power, Duke.
He certainly does. and also the desire and the commitment. You can't question it on either fighter, but right now, as I said before, the experience is what's separating the two fighters at the moment.
A terrific fight, it's showing it is. You'll be able to watch the highlights, of course, on the ITV website, itv.com/boxing. See all the highlights again. Here now, we are moving into the closing stage of what has been an absolutely fascinating contest here in front of a partisan and terrifically excited crowd here in Edinburgh. Let's look again at some of the action from that round. There's a big right hand from Burns.
It was a good shot from Burns. Again, this is where he does his best work at range. And it's Arthur there just looking at himself saying he just couldn't believe he walked onto that shot.
Let's see if we can go across into the corner of Alex Arthur, see if we can get a quick word with Wayne McCullough. Gabriel. Well, the action is underway once again. But perhaps try and hear from Wayne McCullough in just a moment or two.
It's time now for...
Must be pleased with the way things are going now, though.
Yeah, sorry, John. It's time for McCullough... something in his fight. It's time now for Arthur to really show that he is world-class and pull out a stoppage. Obviously, the victory will do, you know, he's ahead on points, but to show he's genuinely world-class, the stoppage will be what he's looking for.
Oh, well, in 6 rounds to 3 ahead, Duke.
Yeah, I've got him out. I've got him well up, John.
Burns trying to use his mobility. Arthur's left eye just starting to mark up a little bit. Burns has been a very, very brave fighter here. Sometimes you look at fighters and you sort of say, well, defeat is going to be really something which is going to slow the career. You get the impression that if he is indeed to lose this fight, this young fella could definitely come again at top level.
A lot of fighters, a lot of top fighters, myself included, obviously back in the day when I was boxing, was turned around by a defeat in my career. It made me a better fighter. I'm sure the exact same thing will apply to Ricky Burns.
That's good work inside from Arthur. Hammered in a couple of really good left hands into the body, following with the uppercut. Oh, that's better from Burns though as well. What guts!
Well, at 22, the boy has not disgraced himself, no way, shape or form. It's been a good effort, really good effort from Burns. But every time the fight gets into close quarters, it's Burns who wants to hold.
Minute to go in the 10th round. Arthur gets him into his territory again. If only Ricky Burns was a better close-in fighter, he would be a real dangerous customer.
Well, it all comes from experience, obviously, John, and this is what this fight will show him. So, you know, if he's unfortunate and loses the decision, as I think he will, then he will come again and be a better fighter for it.
It's another good round for Alex Arthur. He's got to win this round, surely, and move even further ahead in this contest. He can sense the winning line is coming near. And with that in mind, at the end of the round, we'll try again with Gabriel Clark to have a quick word with Wayne McCullough in that corner. He's watching every moment with absolute rapt attention is Wayne McCullough, but he's got to be delighted with the way it's going. Let's go over to Gabriel.
Yeah, thanks, John. Wayne, a brief word about how it's going.
It's going well for Alex. It's going well. Just get the hands going.
Yeah.
Jab, feint, work that body. We've got only 6 minutes, Alex. Do you remember the mountains in Las Vegas? They were easy, 3,000 feet. You can do that easy.
Is it the fight you expected? And the message to Alex now, what is it?
We expected a tough fight, but Alex is doing well. He's working the plan over the top, underneath. Alex, can you hear me? Jab, underneath. jab, jab underneath.
I think John Wayne feels that it's going to plan. They're pretty much there, but there's still a bit of fighting left in this fight, of course.
Yeah, it's a good training debut, this one, for Wayne McCullough. He's following in the footsteps of his mentor, Eddie Futch, as indeed is Freddie Roach, one of the great trainers who was by the side of Eddie Futch and fought for Eddie Futch, as Wayne McCullough did. And McCullough himself is showing that he's got a lot to offer as a trainer of boxers.
He certainly is, if that's the route that he takes, and obviously he will make a first-class trainer because he's been there, seen it, done it.
Alex Arthur in the white and yellow shorts, the defending European, British and Commonwealth super featherweight champion, is now closing in on another successful defence.
It's time for Arthur now to really close Burns down at close quarters and really get to work. Just giving Burns a little bit too much room, a little bit too much time to think.
Burns has only got 2 wins of his 13 inside the distance, and that's something which I'm afraid to say tells its own story. He's not a big single knockout puncher, and that's surely the only way that he could possibly turn this contest around now, to catch Alex Arthur absolutely cold with the bingo punch, and you can't see it coming. In fact, it looks as though Arthur is now the one trying to unload, trying to find the finish here. Terrific body shots from Arthur.
It's a fantastic onslaught from the champion, it really is. Really worked him over there, sickened Burns to head and body.
When he was fresh and had his mobility, Burns was able to keep Arthur away and able to score at range, but the further this fight has gone, the more the power of Arthur has told. Bravely, Burns coming back. But there is no way, surely, that he could turn this one around now.
Hopefully, if Arthur gets through this, you know, and Marco Antonio Barrera talking about moving up to the lightweight division, you know, he might walk into a vacant championship fight for a genuine version of the championship, of the world title I'm talking about, obviously. So let's just hope he can keep his head together, get to the end of this fight, and the prize then will be the big one.
He's got a mandatory coming up against one Sergei Guliakovich of Belarus, as Alex Arthur, but I suspect that Mr. Guliakovich might have to wait a little bit longer if he gets that chance of a world title. The European crown wouldn't matter, of course, if he got the big one, and that might be where Alex Arthur will be heading after this one. And I just wonder as well if at some stage before the end of the year there might be some sort of big showdown between Alex Arthur and Scott Harrison. What a fight that would be, as the left hook goes in and suddenly Burns, who's on uneasy legs, bravely throws that wild-looking right hand, but there was a great left hook into the jaw from Alex Arthur.
Yeah, the left hook absolutely rocked his head right back, nearly snapped it off his shoulders almost. As I said before, the champion looks so strong and he's closing Burns down at every opportunity.
I think Ricky Burns comes out of this fight with huge credit, but that's another round for Alex Arthur, who is 3 minutes away now, unless the judges are seeing a totally different fight to the one we're seeing, is 3 minutes away from retaining his titles. Look at some of the shots going in here, Duke. Great left hand that was.
Fantastic left
many
hook.
a fighter would have gone down from that.
Fantastic left hook. All credit to Burns for being as fit as he is. That's why he was able to withstand a shot like this that late in the fight. But I've got Arthur in a comfortable lead.
Yeah, you got it by 6 rounds, Duke. I've got it by 5. The margin is kind of becoming a little bit immaterial now. It's just the fact that Ricky Burns somehow, from somewhere, needs to find a knockout.
Yeah, and as his record would suggest, he's not a big puncher.
It's the last round.
We've seen some good fights on ITV, and this is another one. It's been a cracker. Alex Arthur and Ricky Burns, and Alex Arthur, the hero of Edinburgh, looks as though he's heading to retain his title, but Burns has 3 minutes somehow to try and turn this one around. He started well.
He hasn't been able to rock or hurt the champion all night long. He's had spells where he's been nice and busy, spells where obviously he scored, but just hasn't been able to keep the champion off. The variety, power and stamina has really all gone in the champion's favour.
Alex Arthur can still be caught by those left hands. You know, those are the sort of punches, the hooks, which earned Michael Gomez victory. His defence, I suppose, to some eyes, is maybe still not quite as tight as it might be. But goodness me, when he unloads like that, he is one very, very impressive boxer.
Yeah, he's punching Burns to almost to a standstill now. The right hand, left hook, the body shots are all going in. But you would expect this from a very seasoned champion.
Well, a word in the ear of Ricky Burns there from Alex Arthur as we reach towards the final moments of a gripping fight.
I think Alex Arthur will say to you after this fight that this wouldn't be his best performance. It's been a good tactical fight, but he probably won't be satisfied being the perfectionist that he is.
Got caught on the way in by a nice straight left from Burns. Rickster, as it says on the shorts of Ricky Burns.
Burns looking tired now, legs just starting to do a little bit of a dance. Arthur switched southpaw on him, trying to confuse him. That hurt, got him, caught him with a lovely shot. That worked.
In the 12th round, Boris Sinitsyn was put down by Alex Arthur. Is he at last going to be able to get rid of this plucky challenge of Ricky Burns? 5 years the younger man, Burns, and he's bravely throwing everything at Arthur, but the champion won't be moved now, surely.
Well, the champion just looking to walk through Burns now. Feels that this has been his fight from about the 6th, 7th round onwards. And it's just systematically just walked in with his hands up and his chin down and just handled the fight pretty much at his own pace.
Well, some people wonder whether there is depth and talent in British boxing. Well, those who question sometimes whether sport still has a lot to offer should have been watching this one, because this has been a cracker right the way through, and Alex Arthur is holding on. Burns just falling into him, two very, very tired men, but it's been a rousing contest, and Alex Arthur has surely done enough to retain his title, and I think that Ricky Burns knows that, and the two exchanged pleasantries at the final bell, a lot of good sportsmanship between these two, no bad spirit whatsoever, and a thoroughly gripping fight from beginning to end.
Really good contest to see, nice boxing, nice infighting from both boxers really. But the overall class was with the champion. Did what he needed to do. Might not be the most popular guy in the world, but you know, he boxed an intelligent fight.
I got it by 117 to 111 for Arthur Duke. I think you've got that one a bit wider.
Yeah, I've got it wider, John.
Another round or so. Oh, that's nice to see, isn't it? You know, they've been knocking lumps out of each other for 12 rounds, and Alex Arthur is saying he's a champ. Look at him. He might have lost the fight, but in his own right, he has done a great deal in there tonight as Ricky Burns, and he walks away a proud man. And Wayne McCullough, he's proved himself a bit as a trainer there. He says that he wants to continue fighting. I'd like to see Wayne McCullough can concentrate now on training, because I think he has what it takes to become an outstanding trainer, Wayne. He knows the sport absolutely inside out, and it's quite clear that he and Alex Arthur have established a terrific rapport.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'll make Arthur a clear, comfortable points winner.
Well, they're just checking out the scorecards now. John Keane, the referee, is calling the two fighters to centre stage, and again they touch gloves in a lovely mark of mutual respect. There's McCullough. So many terrific fights he's had over the years, and Michael Pass, the master of ceremonies, is coming along now to deliver the final verdict, and let's now get the results of what was a terrific fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are the judges' scorecards. Judge Dave Paris scores the contest 117 to 111. Judge Paul Thomas scores the contest 116 to 112. And Judge Mickey Van scores the contest 118 to 110 for the winner by unanimous decision. And still, the British, Commonwealth and European super featherweight champion, amazing Alex Arthur. Ladies and gentlemen, your appreciation, please, for a boxer who I'm sure you agree belongs in this company, Ricky Burns.
Alex Arthur has already said to the corner he fought like a champion, and there, while that verdict was being given, I suspect he was saying much the same to him. This man has still got an awful lot left to offer. Ricky Burns can come again, but Alex Arthur was outstanding tonight, and he is still champion of Europe, Britain and the Commonwealth, and maybe now a World Championship fight beckons.
Thank you, John. John Rawling and Duke McKenzie. What a terrific fight here in Edinburgh. Alex Arthur moving closer towards that world title, but both sets of fans applauding on their feet at the end. We will have reaction. We'll talk to both fighters. More action coming up as well, and the pros view from Barry McGuigan and Duke McKenzie. The belts stay on him. A unanimous, decisive points decision in the end, but supreme bravery in the corner opposite him. We will be right back from Edinburgh. Arthur to keep his gloves on all those three belts. How tough was that one for you, first of all? Tough early on, and then you really motored into your stride, didn't you?
Oh, most definitely. You know, first I'd like to thank God for the victory, and anything else for there is a bonus, you know. And it was a really tough fight. You know, Ricky Burns really did come to fight. He was really, really up for the fight, and we got a hard night's work, which is great in preparation for possibly a world title fight.
At times it was almost like an away fight for you in your own patch. He had, I think, Coatbridge is a ghost town tonight, isn't it?
It was unbelievable. There must have been 800 of them. They were fantastic support, you know. But that's brilliant, you know. It's great that the people are coming out to support boxing in general.
What did you say to him right before the last round, and what were you saying to the fans at the end there?
I say to him, you know, I hope you're ready for the last round, because you're going to get a hard one.
Let's just have a little word with Wayne McCulloch, still an active fighter. How do you enjoy your first big fight as a trainer?
Well, Alex listened well in Las Vegas in training. Yeah, I've lost my voice now. We blocked the punches well. He was throwing that left hook to the body, and we expected a tough fight. We expected these cuts because Ricky Burns throws his shots wild, so he cuts. So we expected everything, but he was prepared well, and he came out and he looked fantastic.
Did you feel that he could have stopped him? He really wobbled him on several occasions. Are you a bit disappointed perhaps he didn't stop him?
I'm not, but from the 10th round I said, Alex, I wanted to get this guy out of there. But Ricky Burns was actually a tough guy. He showed amazing heart, and you know, the left hook to the body was working well. I want him to double it up, but it was tremendous the stuff he was doing. He was blocking a lot of shots. These shots here were just like cutting punches, they say, wide shots, but he didn't get hit as much as people think he did.
Right. We always sort of look ahead even when you're still sweating after retaining all your belts, and there are very strong stories about a world title fight for you, possibly here in Edinburgh, possibly your favourite football club, Hibernian.
That would be amazing, you know, but it's one step at a time for me. You know, me and Wayne are working on a lot of different things right now, and the most important thing is that we're gradually progressing. But you know, when the world title fight comes, it will come at the right time, you know, and I will be ready for it, and Wayne will get me ready for it.
I don't want to rush him, but do you feel he's ready now? I mean, not straight away, give him a couple of weeks off, but do you feel he's ready?
Oh, he's ready, but in the last round I told him, it was 3 minutes ago, I said, Alex, do you remember that hill we ran in Las Vegas at 3,000 feet? Well, if you don't go out and do something this round, I'm going to make you run 6 minutes up the hill. And he went out and had a fantastic last round, almost got the guy out of there.
Just a final word from you before we talk to Ricky Burns. From outside the ropes, it was a really cracking fight. How was it for you inside there?
Oh, it was brilliant. You know, I really did enjoy it. You know, I love boxing, you know, and I believe that I'm blessed with, you know, a brilliant life and brilliant boxing skills, and I hope I used them in my ability and impressed Wayne. You know, one of the most important things to me now is doing what Wayne tells me, you know, and I don't want to fight in boxing without Wayne McCulloch. You know, he's an inspiration to me, and he's the best trainer I've ever worked with, hands down, and it's just a fantastic future that we've got.
Absolutely. Well done, both of you. We look forward to more of the same, possibly up here in Scotland. Thanks very much indeed. Okay, thank you.